Good morning. Happy Tuesday. So, next thought, next tip as we move forward on all of our goals for this year, as we're climbing that mountain of success, we got to make sure that we don't major in minor things. Stephen Covey called this putting first things first. So, what do we mean? Well, there's always a bunch of stuff that you got to do that you don't want to do. So, there's always these little things in life that have to happen. You got to do laundry, you got to do groceries. But you want to make sure that you don't get wrapped up in a whole bunch of habits that don't serve you, that don't move you forward in terms of achieving your goals. So those habits could be watching TV, they could be talking on the phone, it could be all kinds of things that you use to keep up your time but they don't really take you anywhere. There's a large amount of time available in the day, but a lot of it we spend wasted, scrolling through social media or doing things that just aren't really very productive in terms of getting to our goals. Elon Musk got to a point where he was scheduling every minute. So he would say, I'm going to spend, 12 minutes having breakfast, and I'm going to spend 8 minutes taking my shower and getting ready in the morning. I mean, he literally ended up breaking things down into that many minutes because he said it increased his productivity. Now, that's a pretty dramatic way to approach it, but the point being, it's very easy to have a lot of the time of the day go by and not do the things that you need to do. Do what you got to do so then you can do what you want to do. And the easiest way to attack that is to schedule it. So that's why the Covey planner system was so great, is because you look through your roles, you look through your goals, you look through the things that you needed to do, and you scheduled those things first, put first things first. And once they were on your schedule, then they happened. So don't major in minor things. If you've got a bunch of things that you do that were old habits that you did in order to just take your time, like watching certain TV shows, or maybe there's hobbies that you have that you did because you used to distract yourself, but now those hobbies aren't getting you where you need to go. For me, I used to spend a lot of time golfing. I loved the sport. It was something my whole family did. But as I took a look at the time that I had and the things that I wanted to accomplish, it just took up too much time. I mean, by the time I looked at it, I was like, this sport takes up a ton of my week, and it doesn't get me closer to my goals. So I walked away from the sport several years ago and haven't played it since. That happened when I had made a decision that I was going to accomplish certain things that were going to take a certain amount of time. If part of your goals are to achieve a financial result, and also part of your goals are I want to be a certain level of parent if you have children, well, you're going to have to really schedule your time because those two things are going to be conflicting in a way. They can also support each other, they can also dovetail, but you've got to figure out how to make that work. Whether or not the kids come with you when you do certain things, or are you able to work at certain times while you're still kind of interacting with them. However you do it, the point is it's got to be conscious. And if you're not doing it consciously, then other things are going to come and take your attention. If we're not designing our own life, if we haven't designed our own plan for our own life, then we're going to become part of somebody else's plan for theirs. That's what this device does. That's what TVs do, is they grab our attention. And there's so many things now that are fighting for your attention that you have to schedule your intention and attention in a certain way so you can head towards those goals. So when you're scheduling your day, look at your goals, look at your outcomes, think about the steps that you need to take, write those down. Here are the things that I need to do. If I want to achieve a certain physical result, okay, that means I got to exercise 5 to 7 days a week. Coffee's done. That means I got to exercise 5 to 7 days a week. Okay, so I'm going to schedule those. I'm going to put those in my schedule. If I want to achieve a certain health in terms of, I want to lose some weight. Okay, so that means you're probably going to have to prepare your food, because if you're out buying your food, in particular if it's fast food, then that's not going to be successful. So that means you're going to have to schedule time to do that. You're going to have to schedule time to go to the store, have the food delivered, and schedule time to food prep on Sunday. Now, that's something you can do with the kids, right? If you've got young kids, we can food prep together. We can juice together. We can do all of those things together. You can do it while the football game's on. That's something that easily you can multitask. But do it consciously. So get into your planner and write down, Here's the times that I'm going to actually do these things. Here's when I'm going to make these phone calls. Here's what I'm going to do. If part of your goals are to reconnect with some people that you haven't reconnected with, schedule the time. Schedule the time to actually do that. So throw away things that don't serve you. Throw away those things that don't get you closer to your goal. And that's the question to ask. Is this getting me closer to my goal? And if your answer is, well, but I relax when I do it. No. It's got to be specifically to get you closer to your goal. And let's face it, most of the time, social media and television doesn't get us closer to our goal. Then, if it gets you closer to your goal, schedule those things and do it in order. What are the priorities? What are the musts? Figure out those things. Don't major in minor things and put first things first. Find the musts, put them in your planner, schedule them. These are the days and times, and make certain things unnegotiable. You know, if you're a parent with young kids and part of this is to be healthy and exercise, that's hard to find time to do that, right? It just is. So you got to schedule it and say, this is not negotiable. This is the time when I'm going to take care of my health so that I can take care of everybody else. You know, if you're on an airplane and the masks come down, do they tell you to take care of your kid's mask and then take care of your own mask? No. They tell you to take care of your own mask and then take care of your kid. Why? Because if you don't take care of your own, you might pass out when you're trying to take care of your kids, and you both might end up dying. You can't do anybody else any good if you haven't taken care of yourself first. And a lot of times as parents, we do that. We let our health go by the wayside because it's all kids. We let our relationship go by the wayside because it's all kids. So we haven't been role models for our children in terms of physical health, and we haven't been role models for our children in terms of how to have a healthy relationship. Well, that hasn't served them. So you got to take care of yourself first, then you can take care of everybody else. So schedule the time for reading, schedule the time for meditation, schedule the time to do your exercise and to take care of your health, schedule the time to food prep and eat healthfully. So now you've instilled those very healthy habits for your children. Put first things first and don't major in minor things. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.